What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. My name is Christy, and today we're going to be talking about Cozy Gardener Simulator. I'm going to start off by saying we do appreciate that they gave us the code to play this game, so I tried it out for the first time yesterday, and I have some notes. To start off with, the game was a lot of fun, and it takes a lot of work to make a game. Definitely anyone who makes a game, it's not an easy feat. You know, making a game in and of itself is a massive success in my book. So that's just want to get that out of the way. Overall, I would say the game is a nice game, but not my favorite. So there's some background music, and the background music of the game I wasn't a big fan of, to be honest. It sounded kind of like a horror game moment in different times. It was very loud, and when I tried turning down the volume, it wouldn't go any lower. So I had to turn off the volume. But the thing is, in this game, there's some background bird noises, which I love the sound of because it makes you feel like you're more in nature. But when you turn the music down, you turn the birds off. So it was either have slightly horror music playing that sounds like you're playing Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. Anyone play that? It was horror music, kind of like that, but in this game for cozy gardening. So that's one of the things that I'm not a big fan of. But other than that, there is also the fact that you can't jump. And there's a lot of obstacles that look like you could just easily jump over them. It's not a big deal because in a lot of those games you typically can't jump, but that was another thing. And there was also some random floating bubbles everywhere, and I was playing on the ROG Ally. So the random bubbles kind of took up a lot of the screen. So I wasn't a big fan of that either. However, in the game, there was a lot of the artwork is very nice. It's kind of watercolor artwork, and there is a lot of really pretty flowers, but that's kind of where it ends. It's not a lot of diverse for flowers or anything like that, and there's not really a lot of diverse quests. I kind of went through and did all of them in the span of a couple hours, and then you just go in a circle, and then these exclamation marks just keep popping up, and you just go and pick up trash and mow a lawn, and then you just keep on doing it and repeat. And then the things you can grow, it's not a large variety quite yet, but it was a lot of fun overall. Another thing, I took notes. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at these notes that I wrote while I was playing. I just want to say that I am really grateful for the code, and I'm really grateful that people tried to make a cozy gardening simulator because it was overall just a really fun time. But I wouldn't say I would pay for the game, though. So there was a lot of things to do in the game in terms of you could water, you could dig things, you could plant things. There's even lawn mowing, which kind of came off like they took it straight from House Flipper, where you get the weed whacker to start off with, and you have to mow entire lawns with just a weed whacker. So for that part, it was kind of annoying because you are really just going in these straight lines. But then it became kind of my favorite thing to do in the game, honestly, was mowing the lawns, going in straight lines up and down and just kind of cleaning up yards. That was my favorite part, which I guess probably isn't a great thing to be my favorite considering it's about gardening, and my favorite was just mowing grass. But other than that, there is some glitches, definitely a lot of glitches in the game. But from what I saw on Steam, people were saying things like it's not playable and things like that. I didn't have that issue. There were glitches, but it was still playable for me. So I was able to do everything in the game. Also, in this game, you can only do one quest at a time, which isn't a big deal because there's also not very many quests. I don't know if I just didn't play long enough, if there would have become more, if there's a way to upgrade. I mean, there's a whole different rack of things to grow, so I assume I was supposed to get more, but I played it for probably 4 hours and nothing was really progressing from what I was doing. It seemed like I kind of finished the main story, and then it was just kind of like go garden and do these things, and I went, and then there was nothing else added to it. So I'm not really sure about that, but overall, like I said, and I really just want to preface this by saying Making a game is not easy. Anyone who takes the time to do it, anyone who designs it, anyone who creates any part of a game, it's an amazing feat and it's an amazing thing to do. And I really think and hope maybe that this was one of the first games made and that's why it was like it the way it was. But other than that, it kind of honestly felt lazy. A lot of stuff was repeated. It was just a lot of repetition. And I love cozy simulator games. So repetition is a big part of a lot of those. But, there's more variety to keep you more interested in doing things. And in this game, there wasn't really a lot of variety. Overall, the artwork in the game I think is really beautiful. There's a lot of watercolors, which I love. And then it kind of stops there. The character behind me is not what the characters look like. That's just the game cover art, which a lot of things typically do look like that. But other than that, it felt more like a mobile game rather than an actual big game. So again, I want to say thank you to them for giving us the code. And I hope that they take this game and grow, or they make another one with more to do and just keep going. And that's all I got for you. So Alex would generally end this by saying thank you so much for watching to the 5, 10, 15 of you that do. And like always, remember to hit that bell icon, leave a comment down below, like the video. I was required to meet a certain length of time, so I hope I hit that minute, and that's all I got for you.